go home?
It's been a fire on 50 seconds. Casualties are being sent off. 10-4. What's your location?
Oh, Aya Bree, you are so hot. Hey guys, this is Jeremy back with the Classic Elite Podcast and Review Team, and today we're looking at the third birthday, the much anticipated third game in the Parasite Eve series. This game was developed and published by Hexadrive and our boys at Square Enix. Aya is back and she is as hot as ever for those of you that have a thing for video game chicks. I have to say I only played a portion of Parasite Eve 2 and not a bit of the first one, but I've been excited to get my hands on this game since I heard about it. Manhattan, we need to talk. God must really have it out for you because you have been getting raped recently. But Aya is here to save you, again. The game starts on Christmas Eve 2012 with Manhattan being torn apart by huge tentacle-like monsters called the Babbles and the Twisted. The actual gameplay starts a year later on the timeline at Counter Twisted Investigation CTI headquarters. Aya has no memory of her past encounters, and as a member of the CTI team, she's been given the responsibility of transporting herself back into the past and changing the outcomes of these battles with the Twisted that didn't go well for humanity. As far as gameplay goes, the third birthday has taken Parasite Eve into the tactical action RPG third-person shooter realm, but Square Enix and Hexadrive have added, in my opinion, possibly one of the coolest additions to this genre I've ever seen. Remember, the whole premise of the game is that Aya goes into the past to change the outcome of battles and save humanity. But she doesn't transport her body. She transports her psyche, or her soul, if you want to call it that. That's what Overdrive is. Aya has the ability from the machine at CTI headquarters to transport herself into the body of any soldier on the battlefield. So that's a great strategic element to the game because you can literally shoot Aya around all around the battlefield, taking over the body of any soldier at any location and equipping yourself with their weapons and their health. Overdrive is also used as a kill technique as a mini quick time event. Once you wear down the Twisted enough, a triangle will appear and Aya can overdive into the body of the monster and do massive damage. Now you don't always kill the monster because the damage she does is only proportional to her level, but the stronger she becomes, the more damage she does. There's also another special power she has called Liberation. When you use this, her reaction time is much faster and her attacks are stronger. Overdrive does more damage in this as well, and you can do a power shot with your pistols. Here's a look. The downfall is that you take more damage if you do get hit, and there's some recovery time afterward. The shooting mechanic isn't a true shooter, but because there's no real aiming. You just hold the L button down, you lock onto your enemies, you pull your trigger, and you can go. You can strafe and dodge while locked on, but that's about it. You can also switch enemies. Upgrading and leveling up Aya is pretty in-depth and absolutely necessary. She's pretty weak in the beginning, and the Twisted are relatively easy to destroy, but as you get a few chapters in, things become more hectic and they become bigger and badder. If you haven't upgraded, you're toast. Luckily, between chapters, you're given the option to sit down at the computers at CT headquarters and pimp your junk out. Starting with the guns, you can upgrade everything about them: power, accuracy, clip size, buy new ones, and there are quite a few to choose from: pistol, shotty, semi-automatic, special ones, just a whole bunch of stuff. You can purchase new clothes for Aya, which will upgrade her health and her defense abilities. And finally, and what may be one of the coolest ideas that I've seen, is the ability to upgrade Aya's DNA, making you stronger and better in different areas. This is done with what they call OE chips. This isn't necessarily easy, though. There's a puzzle element to adding them in, which if you don't add them in correctly, you can cause mutations in her DNA that's already there. And if you have to clear all those DNA things out, you lose what you've earned. So be cautious and think through this little DNA chess game. Controls are pretty good. Movement can be a bit sluggish. Evading moves are quick, though. The weapon lock-on is swift and accurate, as is switching weapons and targets. Overdiving is accurate. Generally, if you look at the soldier you want, there will be that's who Overdive will lock onto. The one thing I found annoying is getting behind cover. You can't always get behind cover easily, and if you stand up behind it to shoot, once you're done shooting, I won't go back down. You have to take a step toward it again. I died a lot because of that. Graphic-wise, cutscenes, phenomenal. Watch this. Rest of the game, very good as well. Very good as well. Aya's butt, awesome. Overdiving looks awesome. Liberation is colorful and fast. I really like how they decided to do weapon switching with the electric disappear appear effect. 2 graphic scores, cutscenes, 11 out of 10. Rest of the game, probably an 8, 8.5 out of 10. Soundtrack is excellent. I love the music. The game effects were very good as well. Once again, I really liked the overdrive, and the cutscene stood out from the rest. Dialogue was kind of weak, but I think the voice actors did the best with what they could. Can't knock the acting, just the writing. Overall, really like this game. Gameplay is pretty solid and keeps from getting overly repetitive with increasing difficulty of enemies and the strategies you take to defeat them. God bless Overdive. Graphically, I wish it was a little bit better, but I'm willing to push through that just to watch the cinematics. The developer said that if they had had more time, they would have loved to turn it into an official Parasite Eve 3 console game, and I would have loved to have seen that, especially graphically. But I'll happily take what I can get. If you're looking for something a little different on your PSP, pick this one up.
I can do it.